What's up? How you doing? Here we are, evening Thursday, and I feel like Coca-Cola right now. This is Coke in glass. It's made in Mexico. Better than the stuff we get here. Got some ice. Just tastes better. I mean, maybe the difference is cane sugar. I don't know, but this one has cane sugar. The US one is corn syrup. Let it sit there for a little bit. So today we're gonna make, tonight we're making salmon. Got some salmon there. Just basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put olive oil on the pan and on the salmon, and then salt and pepper. Put in the oven. Refreshing. I knew somebody years ago who never ever drank Coca-Cola ever, or soda, and then they got into their 80s and they tried some Coca-Cola and they liked it, and every once in a while they would have one. So one day, hold on, add some oil on the pan. One day he called me up and he said to me, hey, you want to join me for dinner? You know, old guy, a bit lonely that day, I guess. But I had just eaten a good sized meal. Probably like 5 minutes before he called, I had finished, right? So I was not hungry, but I went anyway. I said, okay, let's go. So I drove to a little restaurant not too far from the house, and he said to me, you order a meal. He said, I just want a Coca-Cola. It's the spot. And I'm thinking, how about you order a meal and a Coke, and I'll just have a Coke because I'm full. But I didn't want to make him feel like, you know, he made me go to dinner and I didn't want to go. So I ended up getting some kind of club sandwich, and I ate it very slowly because I was very full. Reminds me of a thing that happened to me years ago. I have a relative, cousin, got married many years ago, a long time ago, and they opened up, her and her husband opened up a pizza place. So very nice people, generous, you know. If you were in the neighborhood, you drop by, they, you know, give you pizza, whatever. And I was in Harvard Square that day, one of my usual pit stop places. Look at this piece. This is a good piece of salmon here. Look at that. Good piece of salmon. So anyway, I was in Harvard Square. Put that later. And my usual pit stop to get something to eat was Up on Pan. Well, that day was no different. I stopped in Up on Pan and I got me, it was an Arizona something sandwich. Go home to your mother. So I ate the sandwich, I ate the chips, you know, I had my beverage, probably a couple of beverages, and then I decided time to, you know, take off. As I was leaving, at a certain point, I had to get off the train. This is so, it smells good, even though it's not cooked. I had to get off the train and walk to catch a bus And the walk brought me right through the area where my cousin owns the pizza shop. So I said, you know, since I'm here, I'll stop in and say hello. Hadn't seen him in, you know, probably a few months, so a couple of months. That feels, I'd rather touch salmon than chicken or pork. It just feels, I don't know, better. So olive oil is all over it. Anyway, I went in there and he was behind the counter, you know, doing his stuff. Comes around, gives me a handshake, you know, we talk, you know, and yeah, all right. After we talked for like 10 minutes or so, I said, all right, I'm gonna get going. And he's like, where you going? He goes, sit down, I'm gonna make you a pizza. Sit down. So I explained, and I knew it wasn't gonna be believed because everybody thinks you're trying to be polite, you know, you're trying to say, oh, don't worry, you know, you don't want to put anybody under any obligation. And I said, you know what, I had just eaten. And everybody says that. Everybody says, oh, I just came from a place, I just ate, you know, and a lot of times it's not true, but you say it because you don't want to put a person through the hassle of making your food. So I said that, and he's like, no, 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 he goes, what are you talking about? He goes, sit down, I'll make you pizza. And I must have said no like 5-6 times, and after a certain point, saying no sounds ridiculous, you know, it sounds like you're being, you know, a bit of an ass. And so, and plus I felt that he felt, or he thought I was lying, that I didn't eat, and I was just saying that. Ah, that tastes so good. So anyway, he starts to make the pizza, and I said to him, you know what, I go, make me a small one, you know, just a small one. I go, just cheese. He goes, don't worry about it. He goes, I got it. So I said, all right, just make, you know, small. I go, because I just ate for the 6th, 7th time there. 15 minutes go by, all of a sudden the pizza's ready, and he brings it out to me, and it's this massive, huge pizza. It's like enough for like 4 people. Not only is it big, but he loaded it up. You name it was on there. Everything was on there. Anything he had inside his refrigerator, he put on my pizza. And I was looking at this, and you know, when you're not hungry, food does not look appealing at all. You know, I mean, it just did not, you know. But he was very, you know, nice, so I didn't want to make it like rude and say, you know, put in a doggy bag. Anyway, so I sat there and I ate slowly, and I ate and I ate and I ate a good amount of it. I don't know where that went, how I put it in there, considering I had just eaten, you know, another meal before that, and not too long before that. So I ate pretty much the whole thing, and I said, okay, thank you, I appreciate it. And probably that proved to him that I was lying. He probably said, see, he ate the whole pizza, there's no way he ate before. The only reason I ate the whole pizza is because I don't want to make him feel bad that I only ate a slice, and here he is making a whole pizza for me. So I got up to leave, and it sounds like the Duke boys. Bo and Luke Duke. Even they were living with their uncle a little bit too long there. Too long. They should have had an apartment in Hazard County down in the square. So anyway, I got up, and I felt like I had, I don't know, 30 pounds of food inside my stomach. I got up and I said bye, and I thanked them for the pizza. The pizza was great, tasted really, you know, it was a really good flavor, the whole thing mixed in. Started walking, and I remember I was having a hard time breathing. You know, there was no room for my lungs to take air in. I think that's where a lot of the food went. It pushed my lungs up into my diaphragm. So I walked all the way to the bus stop area, and I was so uncomfortable. I felt like, I don't know, like the food inside wanted to come out. And to this day, as I make this video, that is the most amount of food I had in one meal. I had a good meal at Ub on Pan, and then I had an extra large pizza loaded, and I ate the whole thing pretty much. With maybe I might have left a couple of crusts. Anyway, I don't know if you can see that. Salmon. This stuff is very fresh. We'll make that piece later. I don't want to, you know. I was gonna grill it. Actually, I was gonna fry it in a pan, but you know, how many pieces can you put in a pan at once? Be here all night. So I want to put it in the oven. And Coca-Cola. You can check my YouTube channel. I wrote a jingle, Coca-Cola jingle commercial about a decade ago. Coca-Cola has the power each and every hour to take away my thirst. So you can check it out. I think if you search Coca-Cola on my channel, it'll pop up. It's got a couple of them. Anyway, that's it. I'm putting the salmon in the oven. Bears like this stuff. You go hiking and you have salmon in your backpack. You turn around, there'll be like 8 bears following you, and they won't look friendly.